Are you for reals right now?
Yeah, I'm for real right now.
Hey, everybody.
Yeah.
We're a little behind
Something.
today. We just got out of the laser, apparently. Look, I still have my jacket on.
Come on, move this.
Are you for reals that we're running right now?
Yeah, it's live.
Okay,
right
we're live right
they
now.
said, "Where is everybody?"
We're not even here.
Christmas, and I said, "No, I'm just waiting for the people that's going to be."
We're
in the
just,
video
you
to
know,
show up."
I did my thing. I got my coffee, went to the bathroom, got ready, and then I see Andy just standing, you know, in R&D, and I'm like, dude, you're in the wrong room. So he's finalizing, gathering some stuff. Cause you know what? It's been a minute. It's been a week already, and it's only Wednesday morning. He's coming any minute now. So check this out. So we're gonna be making a Pistol Caddy today from using one of our patterns. I don't know, Andy, did you bring the pattern itself? He'll be right back.
That was a no.
In any case, so we thought it would be super cool. We found this, the green veg that we sell. So just like the drum dyed colored veggies, the non-Herman Oak colored veggies that we sell. This one comes in a super sweet green color. And we decided to run it through the laser. And I tell you what, if you guys have never smelled lasered leather before, it doesn't smell great. It doesn't smell great at all, but it looks really
better than lasered acrylic.
Yeah, or lasered hair. Lasered hair on is probably the worst smell that you're ever going to get out of a laser. That never smells very good, but this is. It needs a little bic movement on here to get rid of some of that stink.
Welcome in, SB Custom Cases.
Hello, everybody. Sorry for just the super behind. Tony and I have been helping the office staff here today find all of the information for all of the live sales that happened on Monday as they're going through. You know, people that have weird names, or Abigail just didn't spell their name right, which I love you, Abigail. But there were some names that you definitely spelled a little wrong. So we couldn't find those accounts. So anyways, we're working on that. So it's a little crazy. What's up, man? Gonna open his tea, creep right in here. For those of you that don't remember Andy, he's been here a couple times before, I believe, when I was not here. Because, you know, we were desperate for talent at that point.
Yeah.
But in any case, Andy is here with us today to make this amazing gun caddy. Pistol caddy. What can I say these days out loud in public?
Pistol range pouch.
Pistol range pouch. I like it. Pistol range pouch.
Yeah, sure.
I don't believe that you're going to find that, though, on our website. I think we call it a caddy of some sort.
I don't think you can even call it a pistol, like a projectile device carrying case.
Well, there's two different ones. There's I think it's pistol, and then there's one that's revolver. And
right.
It's a little bit longer. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Revolving projectile device and
Pew pew storage device.
A pew pew storage device.
Yeah.
pew pew carrier. That's what
All right. So once again, we are using some of our colored veg. I believe if you're on the website and you're looking for it, you can just type in colored veg and you'll come up. We carry like 5 different colors. It's an import veg tan that's been drum dyed and struck all the way through. It's really quite nice. It looks like it normally comes in, what is it, like a 8 to 9, 9 to 10 ounce?
Yes.
Yeah, so pretty heavy, like good enough for a belt, a nice, decent thickness for a belt. We obviously did not want that for this because that would have been pretty awful to use, so Andy thinned it down to a nice.
I think I did a 5-6 ounce.
About 5-6 ounce here. Yeah, so we got a nice veg, and once again, we stuck it in our laser, and we engraved this like fun little scene here with some bears and some trees.
Rob said it's
Just
a
one
cordless
bear.
hole punch case.
Yes.
All right. You go.
Well, I can start assembling the gusset if
Okay.
you want to clean up some of those edges.
Yeah.
I was hastily cutting that out.
You know, we had 2 pairs of scissors hanging here just a day ago.
They're still hanging there.
Are they?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Yeah.
Sorry, they were hanging here, and I
I
didn't
know.
look here.
I don't know
and
who moved them, but they did get moved.
so I'm a little frantic today, guys. All right,
I
so it
think
looks
they
like you
got moved
already
during
assembled
the-
the gusset.
Yes.
Okay.
I think they got moved during.
You want to show everybody that real fast? And you want to talk about maybe the alterations from the
Yes.
pattern? Okay.
All right. So in our pattern, it says to use a number 5 nylon, which we do not have. So I was using a number 5 brass. And there's a couple things that I did. This gap here was not quite wide enough to give the zipper room to slide.
Because that pull's pretty wide.
Yeah. And then on our number 5 zipper tape, it was as wide as the gusset. So I trimmed down the zipper as well. So I'm not having to stitch through the zipper and the gusset when I'm going onto the face.
Because that wouldn't look good in a seam.
No.
Do you just want me to kind of just trim it back a little bit?
Yeah, just kind of around the edges.
Okay.
You gotta remember how I did this here.
And then what leather did you pick for your gusset?
This is... I went with something softer. I think it's a oil calf. I'll find the tag here. I probably rolled it up the wrong direction. It's on one of these.
It's a black matte calf, if I'm not mistaken.
It is SLC Oil Tan Ranchero Black.
Oh, well, just kidding.
We were both wrong.
Yeah, just some black oil tan. I'm going to blame Dave for that. He gave it to me. And did you leave that at regular weight, or did you split it?
I split this down to 2 ounce, so it's real flexible.
The gusset has to bend pretty tightly to get everything to lay correctly, so you don't want anything too heavy.
Darylyn said that she thinks it looked pretty good in that oxblood floral that she
Right?
got from the line.
Well, you are welcome to make one.
Then I said, funny thing. It was sitting right here, but it's not anymore. Oh, it's falling over on everything.
We're about to lose our minds today, y'all.
Look what I have in here.
Look at that.
Not that we're gonna make it out of that, but I think we sold all the rest we had left.
We did. We sold everything.
I know. I wasn't expecting that. Well, once it got to like 200 people, I was like, this is gonna get crazy,
Let's go get crazy.
and it did.
I mean, Tony made his eyes pop out of his head because he...
I ate 2 cupcakes and I only took 2 bites. So what happened if you missed that? I would show you again, but I ate the other cupcake yesterday.
Tony needed a cupcake yesterday,
So I had 3 cupcakes and 3 bites. Chad's like,
Do you ever
he's
eat
like,
a
he's like,
cupcake
you're not
normally?
even on camera for anything yet. Why do you just do this? And I was like, I still taste it. It still tastes good, and I'm done with it quick. And I chew it longer when I'm not putting on a show.
Andy, I'm just here to make sure that you stay in frame.
That's good.
So what are you doing?
I am putting glue instead of basting tape, because when this goes around real sharp corners, I tend to have better luck with glue sticking in place.
Yeah.
But I'm only doing one side, so I don't have the wrong side sticking to the wrong side.
Make it kind of foolproof for yourself?
Yep.
That sounds like a good idea.
Frodo said, what was that ugly red thing you put up there? It's not ugly at all. It's got a lot going on with it. But it's got a nice color.
But you can't buy it anymore because we sold it all.
We sold it all.
And it's discontinued, so...
We have some from that same company that's Gator. We'll probably sell it on some live shopping stuff.
We got some weird orange stuff. I tell you what, Andy, we should have got some dog clippers. Don't they have some in the shop?
Jim does.
Not that I could find.
Buzz this down. I know that Jim bought some because we had to make some dog leads and collars one time using hair on that we were... Or maybe they sent us some fake shearling, like some Sherpa fabric, and we had to like buzz it off the edges. I remember that. That happened.
Oh, Susan Knott says, I wish y'all would have done this before I tried to figure out one for myself. Well, Susan, we had the pattern deal to cut it out, but even if you wanted to make one for yourself and you didn't want the pattern, then lay your gun out on a piece of Bontex and start sizing it correctly. Give yourself enough room around the outside.
Like, go to Cabela's or Bass Pro and buy a cheap one.
Buy one.
Or Walmart to get a really cheap one. Yeah, and then just make a thing.
Yeah, I mean, you're pretty much buying the pattern and then just take theirs apart.
That's right. Are you sure you got the right side there, Andy?
Yes, I double and triple checked inside my head.
All right.
We couldn't see what was going on inside your head.
I don't think we want to be in there.
That's what people say about me.
You might get overwhelmed.
We got a question on Facebook of when are going to start sending out estimates.
I mean, we have been.
We have all the emails, so we had to go back and check some of the emails of people, and we have all those in the sheets now. 6 different spreadsheets, so that's all done. Hopefully by the end of the day.
That is our goal by the end of the day. If worse comes to worse, it could be tomorrow morning, but we will, if you'll just keep checking. So you should receive one first email for when...
You should have got it Thursday.
Yeah, like when we started going the sheet, you know, if you were on those first couple of hours, if you purchased...
Monday.
Yeah, right, that day. You should have received like a preliminary email with when we just put in your first item, and then we're just going to keep adding to it. So kind of wait until you think that you're done, or if you can just hang tight till Thursday morning, make sure everything's in, and then, you know, you guys can start going onto your account and completing those estimates. But just, there was a lot of, you know, there's a lot of leather, and there's a lot of you guys. And those ones that we had multiples, we had to go back and watch. We had to find those leathers and rewatch those sections, and Abigail had to find them flying by on the screen and like pause, and it's difficult. So be patient a little bit. All right, Andy, you talk.
I'm not good at talking. you do enough talking for everybody.
I do. So it looks like you're putting the gusset down.
Yes.
And so you're putting where the zipper is going to close. That's going to be the top.
Yep.
So this is the top side. You're putting it face down here. And then you kind of swung it around to where then it's face up.
Yeah, it can make your brain hurt. It made mine hurt the first time I was doing it.
We should talk about that.
That's part of the reason I went with something real lightweight and flexible, because of this reason right here.
Yeah. So you start, is it right between those two holes? So on the pattern, if you'll pull it over here in the thing, you've got 2 holes at the top and 2 holes at the bottom of your center line here, and so it looks like he stuck right in between.
And that might be one thing we adjust when we update the pattern, is we might get rid of this inner hole.
Okay.
And just have the outer hole. You want it to just go through your gusset here, but it's also going to go through your handle as well. And the handle needs updated as well, because there's not 2 holes if you were going to use the 2 holes.
Gotcha.
The zipper that we use for this gusset, for this pattern that we're using, is 30.5 inches. Or did you adjust it?
I didn't really measure it. I cut it as long as the zipper gusset here.
Yeah, the pattern on it says it's 30.5 inches.
That's the full length, so
Yeah, 30.5.
So that's as long as we cut the zipper. And then
I take almost an inch off on each end and then trim it once I sew it.
Welcome into Doubletree leather.
What kind of trees you got?
Doubletrees. She says, I do have the pattern. Still easier to find. Have someone else show you first. Also true. That's our hope, is to update our patterns, and as we update our patterns, we will do a video on it.
So you're just buttoning up those two edges.
Yep, the best I can.
Once we get that all set, we'll show you guys what's happening up here from the top, so you can kind of see how this is laying out.
If Melissa is listening, she could bring me the other Pistol Caddy that I already made for demonstrations.
Come on, Melissa.
Or Terry. Terry's usually listening.
Just anybody in that room. There's like 15 of you guys. Just somebody bring that in.
I said everybody just picks on me. Dean said it was not true. Dean should be happy we're putting a zipper in something. Because, okay, it might be true.
Yeah, but we're not hand sewing it.
I know, that was the first comment of the thing was, I think you popped in there, is someone going to hand sew a zipper?
Why would we do that, Dean? That's silly. Andy did ask me. He was like, can I sew this zipper into the gusset before the video? And I said, probably. That would be all right. You cut out a rectangle in your gusset, and then you lay the zipper into it. And you just want to make sure that the edges are far enough away, like you want to have your zipper pull installed so that the pull slides between your two pieces of leather. That's really your goal there. So however wide the zipper head is how wide your rectangle cutout needs to be.
And I'm not sure how, but somehow this gusset is longer than the one I did last time.
Idaho cowgirl.
Maybe your leather stretched.
It could have.
Welcome in.
Is it too long?
Yeah, maybe. Just a hair.
Leather does stretch. That is a thing. Although this... Yeah. Andy's going to try to pick up some slack here.
Yep.
I feel like Melissa's not listening, so I'm going to go grab that because I also want to have it. Hold tight.
Welcome in, Low Fear. Josh says, I see that we used a laser to cut it out.
Yeah.
The more he looks at the prices of large clicker dies, the more that the price of the laser doesn't look so bad. You know, it's kind of a trade-off.
All right.
You can't do any laser engraving with a clicker.
What?
Yeah, he was saying that Josh had seen that we lasered this out instead of clicked it out with a die. The die price on this one is not too intricate. It would just be the size of it. So
Yeah.
he was saying the price of a clicker was not looking quite as bad as the price of a laser with the price of the dies that you would have to be getting. And I said, well, at least you could laser engrave with a laser, since a clicker press doesn't laser engrave.
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely, there's pros and cons. Lasering takes a lot longer, but if you're just doing one-offs, like the investment in a cutting die is expensive. So you want to make sure that it's something that you're going to be making quite a few of. Where a laser, it leaves a burned edge when you cut something out, but you can do a lot more kind of custom and one-off unique pieces. You just have some cleanup that you have to do. Plus, then, yeah, you can put designs on all your stuff. And you can do it in all sorts of leathers. Whereas, like, really, you can only put designs in veg leather. Yes,
Both here asked how long the zipper was, and Frodo said, evidently too long. You know what you could do if you need it? If you made your own pattern, you're working it out. If you have one of those flexible seamstress tapes.
A cloth tape?
Yeah, run around the outside. That's how you're going to find your length. Josh will give Leather Machine a call and see if they'll give us a machine to give away. I'm not opposed to doing it. We just have, like Liz was saying on the live video, we have so many machines that we have to fulfill. It's kind of weird giving a machine away when we don't have a machine that we're supposed to send somebody that they want.
Yeah. And really, like, oh wait.
Or a raffle.
Or, oh yeah, somebody said a raffle on a machine. But then, I mean, it's a little bit weird because everybody kind of needs different machines for what they're doing. Although I suppose 26.
What weight of leather do we suggest for this?
We've got a 5 to 6 ounce is what we split the veg down to here. That's pretty good. You know, if it's a softer leather, you might be able to go a little bit heavier. Like if you were using maybe like our Analux or our heavyweight biker. Well, I guess that's actually 5 to 6. It feels heavier though because it's fluffy and milled, but then it squishes down. But probably something around a 5-6. And then for the gusset, he split the gusset down to about 2 ounces.
They were talking about, let's see, would there be any other options to use in place of the shearling? And Frodo had a good suggestion. Use upholstery foam and then put over the top of that, you know, glue flannel to it, or just put it over the top of it.
Mm-hmm.
That'd look cool.
We also have the synthetic shearling.
Oh yeah, the Codell.
Yeah, but if you didn't want to use that or the other, maybe some other options in there.
I think I have trimmed the shearling enough.
Shearling's bright.
It is bright.
Sleeping. I was just sitting here, like on the video, and we were talking about it, and I was like, oh, Thursday, because it feels like we did the live shopping last week.
Does it?
And it was only 2 days ago. Then I walk out the door and it's everywhere.
Yeah, Kevin, he was out yesterday and he walked in today and he just saw the piles and he's like, wow. He's like, this is a lot of stuff. And I was like, yeah, Kevin. And I was like, really, the fun is just beginning for us. We sold it all. Now we have to deal with that.
I'm still going and saying to Kevin, you told us we were messing up selling hides. We sold them all.
We did sell all those hides.
We sold hides.
We did give, though, a really spectacular deal.
We did.
On
50 foot of leather for $125.
$125.
Let's see. Will Filler said he finally ordered his glue pot. Can't wait for it to get here.
Woo!
It is TS Boy, or similar to the TS Boy. There was a design change on it a little bit. Yeah, if you just search glue pot. We're using a class. David Dwight Wells says, let's see, what sewing machine are you using? But I thought at first he said, why are you using my sewing machine? He'll probably be okay with either.
We've got our class 26, guys. Good old class 26. I tell you what, this import colored veg is really quite nice. It has, you know, if you're comparing it to Herman Oak, it has a much softer body to it. It has a much softer feel. So once you kind of get it down to the 5 to 6 range, it really feels pretty supple and it works well. And the coloring is just gorgeous. You know, if I do say so myself.
Yes, 0.9 liter is the capacity of it. I mean, it's that. That's quite a bit of capacity. I think it's the biggest one that the glue pot comes in. I think there's 3 sizes of it. We just carry the one. Oh, So we did 2 surprise boxes.
We did do 2
We can talk about all of the
21 days.
21 days
Because they're over.
Because they're over.
Thank goodness.
Right? They were crazy. I think possibly crazier than last year.
Especially for us. No, but those surprise boxes, we are super excited about them. We are still working on getting all of the. You guys got, I think maybe around 120 people bought the $50. Do you know what we ended up at, Tony, for the $100 boxes?
102 or something like
102. Cool.
So if you don't know, Liz and I helped put that together, and we helped put the 50 with Chad. Mm-hmm. So there's 3
we
people
helped build
that really,
all your boxes.
There's 3 people that really know what's in everything. At least for the $100 box, we put what items and notated it.
Yeah, we tried to be a little bit more organized with our $100 boxes because the warehouse probably wanted to shoot us when they got our list of the $50 boxes. But
Fabian says he can help with your sewing if you need, Andy. Yeah.
I am super excited. So those $50 boxes, guys, just for those of you that got in on the $50 box, there's a fun little treat in there that's kind of random. But Kevin has been going to Arkansas the last couple months and mining his own crystals in Arkansas.
Quartz.
Some quartz. And I was like, you know what, Kevin? It would be really adorable if we put a crystal in a box, just because that's kind of the fun little weird thing that we do here is we also sell rocks at a leather shop. So all of those $50
side of the store that is rocks.
Yeah,
We just sell some rocks.
We got a lot of rocks. So
we could probably be a rock store that sells leather.
We could advertise that at this point, honestly. I think we are the largest rock shop in Southwest Missouri. Or maybe all of Missouri, possibly. That could be a thing. We got a lot of rocks. But in any case, so for everybody that got a $50 box, you will receive 1 piece of Kevin's quartz in a little leather pouch, which is pretty fun.
Dug out of the ground by
Kevin.
Mike Swayman. It's not a diamond, but it's close to where you can mine those diamonds in Arkansas. Because you can go to Arkansas and mine diamonds too.
You can do that.
It's a thing.
All right, Andy, what's next?
Starting on the other side of the gusset.
What? We have to put the other side of the gusset in?
I mean, you'd always just use rubber bands.
SB Custom Cases said I got a $100 box.
Nice.
Let's see. Stock number on the veg tan leather. I think on the website, if you search
Color
CVT, you'll find all the colors veg tan. C
CVT.
as in Charlie, V as in Victor, T as in Tony, because Tony's cool.
Not Tom.
Not Tango either.
Not Tango.
If you were only able to afford one machine and do a large variety of leather ounces, is the Class 26 or the Class 4 better? I guess my thought would be if you're making wallet interiors as well and not doing heavy holsters, then I would agree with Class 26.
Yeah, if you do a large variety of small leather goods that's not like horse tack and 1-inch thick knife sheaths, a Class 26 is probably going to be the most versatile machine you can get that will do the lightweight stuff and like pretty well up to a 1/2 inch of leather, which is a significant thickness when you're talking about leather goods. So the 26 is the most versatile. The Class 3 and the Class 4, they are not built to go lightweight. And so if a majority of what you do is lightweight and there you just have like a couple super heavy projects, maybe you still hand sew those super heavy projects, but the rest of it you can sew on your machine. Because the time savings is just going to be astronomical. If you can, what you need to look at is what do I make the most of? Where is my money coming from and how can I make those things faster? And then I might still have these outcropping of products that I still have to do by hand to some extent. But the time savings that you get with the majority of your stuff is where you should buy your machine.
Uh-huh.
This is so exciting.
It's very riveting.
I think Liz was talking about she gets to sit down and not try to do live shopping. What was the exciting part for her?
Dude. It was a fun day, guys.
Oh.
It was a fun day.
I think both of our minds were blown.
I went home and I sat on the couch and I drank wine and I watched TV for like 5 hours and I was like, don't talk to me. I did walk the dogs. I was like, it's a pretty nice evening. I really love my dogs. So I walked around the block. I got out. I got some movement. And then I sat on the couch.
Yeah. Razor Blades asked Liz, what's your handgun of choice? I said, a knife.
Yeah.
And then Tim said, probably a warrior knife at that. Yeah, that she wears with white gloves. I have a sheath. I have a sheath for my knife and a pouch for my gloves when I ever need to pull it out. It's not a fast process.
I don't. I mean, we have quite a few guns. I don't carry. I don't.
That's Sasquatch. Perfect. He says it's a zipper, not a rivet. Idaho Cowgirl, who came to Twitch from, I believe she was on YouTube, she said, are you guys going to do another SLC $15 challenge? Which there was a ton that popped up.
Oh, we need to look at that. Yeah.
I just heard about it. It sounds like so much fun and creative competition. David White Wells says we need a 4-hour New Year's Day sale.
David.
Double Tree says missed. A challenge would be great. I missed the last one. Rusty mentioned Rusty did mention there's going to be a sale this month, so watch for that. Cedar Barrel says wasn't able to finish his. That's okay. Use your stuff on other projects. There was some.
And still, you can still maybe post it later, but you'll just won't be in the drawing. But we'd still love to see. Oh my gosh, you guys! You came up with some really amazing projects out of that. It was a pretty random mixture of stuff.
It was, but and even the use of colors that they were handed were really good. Yeah,
I was super impressed last night. I was looking through a lot of those posts that were coming. It was pretty spectacular to see what you guys came up with. Don't listen to Rusty when he talks about things he doesn't know.
Just like Kevin said something about $15 oil cans.
It happened though, Tony.
It did, but he said it was going to be quick, and I think it took 2 weeks. Then I think he regretted saying it because I was sending everybody to his email address.
Tony taught him.
Here, Kevin. I know you own the place, but...
Oh, they're good sports with us.
Learn what you can say on live videos and no.
All right.
I've learned from experience myself.
Andy is working on side number 2 of our gusset here. So this one.
Marcus, I hope everything is going well over there. He said hello. My mom actually just landed in Germany the other night. Well, it's morning there. Sorry, go ahead.
I was just going to say one kind of fun thing. We, put this little rivet, this D-ring tab here so that you can close the zipper and put it through, and you could put a lock on this if you so desire to keep people from opening it up.
Yeah,
sure, we'll talk about that.
Gun safety is key.
Yes.
Some places you go, like Bass Pro, require that. They'll check it and then relock it to make sure that you can't load it before you get to the range.
Right. Yeah. So this is a little safety feature here. And then the other reason that we do use the bark shearling, which is the shearling that is kind of created for the bottom of saddles, is because it's vegetable tanned. Which means if you have a blued gun in here, this isn't going to corrode. Which, I mean, if you use a fabric, you should also be fine. But there are chrome tan shearlings out on the market, like all those kind of fun shearlings that we've been selling the last couple weeks. Those are not ideal for the inside of a gun caddy, especially if you are storing a blued gun in here, because of those chromium salts in the tanning process. And so you really want to use that bark shearling that's been vegetable tanned on the inside. And it's just so soft. Keeps your gun all nice and happy.
Little Fear said they were going to possibly mix the shark and shell with a wallet.
Ooh, that'll be nice.
We were selling shell quarterman under $100.
We were.
We sold some pieces for like $50, didn't we?
We did. I think 40.
Wow.
Maybe it was 50.
I don't know.
There was a lot of stuff that we sold.
Crazy though.
having fun.
Somebody hasn't unchild-proofed this one yet.
You don't have a hairdryer handy.
He's used it a few times.
This is just quicker.
And
more
right.
fun, of course.
and
So
less
we've got-
crazy. There is a fire extinguisher over here on the wall.
Yeah. So you put the face down, and then you turn it, and then on each side of the gusset you pull the face up, and then you put, flesh side to flesh side. On both sides. This one's a little. All right. What's next?
Time to sew this side.
Oh, right. Okay, I'll have fun with that.
See you when you get back. Hey, look, somebody left a sewing machine here for you.
That was nice of them.
Yeah.
I know, Nick was pulling it in about 2 minutes before Tony hit the live button.
Liz walks in with her hands full, and I go 3, 2, and she goes, "Are you serious? 1." I said, "You're live."
You're live. Here we go. Andy, did you get the right color rivets this time?
Maybe.
And what color is the right color?
The color that matches the zipper and the D-ring.
We could use black rivets.
We do. Okay, so we do have black rivets. I suppose that's all right.
Now, if they're the right length, that's a different place.
Yeah, we have a couple options. Do you have a D-ring?
There should be one somewhere.
Susan said, "Thank you for putting mine up as your cover photo." I haven't looked at the cover photo. It's probably Abigail that usually does that.
Got a black D-ring.
Deborah Staples. I see a gusset on the one you're holding and not putting one on the one you're making. Is the black a small gusset already attached to the zipper? That is correct.
Yes. So this.
We'll show it when he gets back over. We'll show it.
He's sewing the gusset in right now.
Here, I can.
It's just not the same color.
In the picture-in-picture, I'll switch it to camera 4. Hang on just a second. I have to open that program. Take your time, honey.
Trying to.
No, not you, but my computer. Alright. You're up, Liz.
Okay. All right. So what Andy's doing right now is we just installed one side of the zipper gusset, and now he's sewing in the other side. So this is what we have: the green for your main body here, and then our gusset, we chose a black leather, our black Ranchero oil tan that we split down pretty thin for this section. So that's what we're sewing in right now.
So they both have a gusset.
Yep.
It's just black, and then the zipper is black as well.
Yeah, so it's just kind of hard to see.
Yeah.
Guys, you should check out this sweet mall that Andy made. So in the shop, they had this little project where each shop employee was given some random material. And you want to go to the overhead for me in my little picture?
Hang on. I was chatting in YouTube chat.
And Andy was given rawhide. And so this was the first mall that he has attempted to make, and I don't believe that you've worked with too much rawhide. Is that correct?
I have never worked with rawhide.
He had never. So there were some things that he would do differently if he did this again. But he took rawhide and cut a bunch of rounders, got them wet, and then squished them together. And he got them super wet, and then they expanded too much, and then shrank a lot, and he had a lot of fun with some rawhide.
They turned from nice circles to ovals that stuck out like this far.
I don't know. What is it up there? Oh, there you go.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, but then he did a stacked leather handle where he pulled a whole bunch of different veg tans here and stacked them all up and then turned them in a lathe, I assume.
I tried to turn it in a lathe, and then I burned up my lathe. So I stuck it in a drill press.
All right. Well,
Seems
there
like
you go.
An expensive project.
Yep, and then he just put a bolt all the way through it with a washer at the end and then just kept tightening it down. I think this tightened down way farther than you were expecting it to go.
Yes. The bolt was about 1.5 inches longer.
Gotcha.
And it kept drying and loosening, and then I had to cut some off.
But it's a little rudimentary, but it's pretty neat. And just kind of a fun, if you ever have some leftover rawhide.
Don't give it to the dog. Make them all.
Exactly, make them all. All right, so you hoping that zipper zips? You want to come right here, though?
Hope.
Just right here. There we go, that's cool. So we got our 2 sides of our gusset sewn in, and now we're finagling. Look at that.
There we go.
There it is. Once we get our stuffing in there, it's going to lay a lot nicer. All right, so what's next, Andy?
Time to put the shearling in.
What are we going to do on Friday? Because we still got 20 minutes left.
Don't you need to install the handle first?
Yes.
Okay.
That's exactly
That's
what
what, he said. Install the handle. Who said shearling?
That's why I'm here, guys. I'm not flustered by making a project. I'm just sitting here judging. That's fine.
First, I want to see if this fits.
I can trim it up a little bit more if you need me to.
I'm going to use your Twitch emote for that. Just sitting there drinking your coffee. Smiling like, hey, I'm here to help point you in the right direction.
Just here. I'm here to talk so that Andy doesn't have to.
Yep.
That's all I'm good for. That's all I got.
You're a great talker, Liz.
Oh, don't stay up yourself. It was really funny in we do a shop meeting every morning, and during one of our meetings last week, we were going over with, we have a lot of newer employees, but also the shop doesn't necessarily deal with just all the varieties of leather that we sell or carry, because they work with very specific things that we sell. And so we were kind of just going over some general things about some different types of leather that we have here in the store. And we were talking to one of the guys, Jim, who has been here pretty much as long as I have. And he's married to Darcy, which you guys all know. She usually joins our chats when she's here, or maybe from home when she's not. He's a bit of a quiet guy, but he's been around for a long time, and he knows his stuff. But he doesn't necessarily talk about leather very much. He just cuts it up and uses it and makes belts and cuts strips and does stuff like that. And so between me and Jim, it was just funny to see somebody that works with leather talk about the leather, and then myself, who sells leather for y'all, talk about leather, because I can do that.
I may have forgotten a whole bunch.
This one won't work. Is it too big?
It's pretty big.
What do you do?
Whatever size that is. Big enough for a rivet.
Yeah, I kept it.
Or wait, never mind. I got this.
Oh yeah, we have a rotary punch. Look, I'm just on my way. Just kidding. Because we have to punch through our gusset, huh? Do you have the handle?
Me?
Mm-hmm.
Somewhere.
Ah, there it is.
I found it.
All right, so we've got these 2 little guys already pre-made here. We've got the handle that currently on the pattern, but Andy did say that we're going to adjust it. Only has this hole at the end, but we did add another one that matches up here so that we're going to do it like this one where we rivet it down twice, kind of extra secure it there, because you definitely don't want this falling off. Which, if you're super concerned about that, you can use a Chicago screw and glue it in if you'd like. That way you're just kind of a little bit extra secure. You could use a copper rivet because the shearling is going to go on top of it. If you wanted to use a copper rivet and burr, or a brass rivet and burr, or whatever color of rivet and burr you want, you could also do that and have it just super extra sturdy. But he's just cut out a single ply layer of, I think this is smooth cell collar.
Yes.
Yep, so just some black permanent collar, because the oil tan is just a little bit stretchy, so he used this, and then here's our little tab, and he's put a decorative stitch around both of them. So this is going to hold our D-ring on. Just like that. And this is some of our new black hardware that we just brought on. So this nice matte finished black D-ring that we've got. I know we've got some swivel snaps and rings and different black hardware.
I know.
Okay.
Well, there's different ways that you can do this. In the pattern, it doesn't specify. It doesn't even show this, so that's another thing. There's two different ways. You could put one side in the back, one side in the front. You could put them both in the back, which that's probably what I'm going to do. We'll see.
What does Lauren need?
I need an ETA.
I don't have one right now. I emailed. And I'm waiting to hear back. Okay.
I'll let him know.
Okay.
You're doing great, Andy.
Thanks.
Trying to get Abigail on Twitch.
That might be too close to the zipper, so I'm going to do half and half. And I think this D-ring tab needs to be a little bit longer as well. Or I just put it all on the outside.
We're gonna make it work.
It will work some way.
So glad we have black hardware now. So is many other people. Somebody had redeemed a Abigail on camera because I've still forgotten to take it off.
She was here yesterday, guys, but I think she went back home.
Are you using real shearling?
Yes.
Yes.
This is bark shearling.
Bark.
Well, that's different.
They're like your mom.
Thanks.
So you do have black hardware. See it, Terry?
I tried to find a black number 5 zipper pull, but
No,
I was either blind or...
we just have the brass.
The D-rings, I think they're brass and coated black, but don't quote me on it. Any clue? Anybody else in the room? Carolyn Walker has a question for Liz.
Long.
Yeah.
We should cut a washer. We could just put a washer back there.
Or I just use
Do you have a different size?
a medium.
Yes.
Use a schmedium.
That's what size shirt I wear. Did you finish the back on the earrings that you wore the other day?
Did I finish the back? The leather
You wore
ones?
on Monday.
No, it was one piece of black, like lambskin, I think it was, with it had a design on it. And then I had another piece of leather that I glued that leopard printed or cheetah printed or whatever print it was, cork to. I could bring them on Friday. We could post a picture of them. But it was just 2 pieces of leather. So there was no finished backs.
47 the next one, Elizabeth. Oh, come on, play along. Give us a real smile.
I always know it's good when Tony full names me.
Andy,
Yes.
have you taken a drink of your sweet tea in a while? It's not going to be as close up. So that's one of the other things on Twitch. They can redeem their channel points, and so somebody redeemed Hydrate. So now you're both hydrated. So looking out for you.
Thanks, guys. I did have on Monday, I had like my coffee and a water, and I think like there was like a third cup. 5 hours is a long time.
It is a long time.
Look at that.
Somebody didn't trim my shearling for me.
I did. Oh, crap. I didn't. I did.
You trimmed it, sort of. The amazing JB has redeemed all the sips.
We just did that.
Well, there was one that I missed earlier.
Mm.
So I got to it, and then
Well, if Tony missed it, that means he gets to sip.
I don't have any coffee in here, though.
You have a beverage container.
Oh, you may take the lid off of that, too? Jimmy, come over and do it with you. That make you feel better.
I need support. I need sip support.
I need a fellow drinker. Well, maybe we could do like a cupcake one. We just always have cupcakes in here.
That would be fun. I'd be down for that. Cheers!
I did need some water. I was getting parched from my saltiness.
Where is this one? This one?
Mhm.
Yeah, that one. What's up, guys?
Yeah, you're I haven't switched it yet.
Yeah, so you need to glue. Oh, look, I could be gluing too because I also brought in some glue. These scissors.
The amazing JB has suggested a poll.
A poll?
A poll.
What are we polling?
Should SLC, well, it says SDC, so Silver Dollar City, offer an affiliate program? I assume that it's supposed to be SLC. Should we offer an affiliate program? We looked into it. The way that we were going to do it was going to be $600 a month just for us to be able to offer it. Dan has a question. What is an economical option sewing machine, at least sewing 7 ounces? The wife is really good at tooling, carving, and making her own patterns, but hand sewing thing is limiting her time.
As hand sewing does.
Yeah, I mean, it depends on, I guess, what you're making. Can you go with a 20? Can you go with a 26? I'm not sure how economical that is.
Yeah, like, are you wanting to, like,
but
go to your local sewing machine store and buy, like, a fabric machine? Because that's just probably going to cause you more grief in the long run.
right.
I mean, you might stock some secondhand or thrift stores and see if you can come across an old, like, industrial Singer that you could try to fix up and use and hope that it works most of the time. There's not really too many. I guess there's a lot of people out there that have been like, I bought my Chinese soul stitcher on Amazon and I like it. Good luck if you want to do that. Like, it's like $140, I think, to give it a shot and see if you can make it work for whatever you do. It is still a hand crank. There might be some information out there on putting like a motor on it.
There are videos of people that put motors on them.
Yeah, see, I'm sure Andy's looked into that. He's a crafty guy. He likes to do things cheaply, I feel.
Wow.
Thanks.
Economical. Economical.
Thrifty is the word.
Thrifty.
I need
Thrifty.
to make a category on our hardware that just says black hardware, so you can click on the tab and bring all that out.
Well,
Well, I take that back. Maybe on the side of it, once you get to hardware, on the side there'll be filters, or at the top you can do sort and filter, and maybe you can click black from there. Don't.
well, I think on our D-ring, it has all of the sizes listed, but it only has one for sale. So if you go underneath the D,
I know that there were some hardware situations that hadn't been completed.
Great.
And I went
Thanks for
and
that, Andy.
I went and I think I talked to Chris L about making sure that those matrices were updated correctly.
So
And I didn't check back in
the
on
matrix thing is where you're able to select the options in there, and so we use the matrix options color, black, brass, nickel. That's a filter option. So if it's not set up correctly, then the filter options don't work correctly. we're still trying to clean up. When we first made our website in 2000, when we first had our first major update in 2015, we're still cleaning up some of our messes from there. I like how, where are D-rings at?
Thanks. That's a cute little brush, but yeah. And is there anything else you'd like to add to that Chinese soul stitcher?
No.
Okay. This could really be thinned a little bit. Nope.
Let's see. They're keeping up with some stuff on YouTube. Is where that question about the sewing machine was asked. For hardware, snaps and stuff, how do you know what size and what thickness, or what size to do for what thickness?
Like on rivets?
So maybe for your rivet, how much do you want poking out on a double cap rivet?
So, my rule of thumb, it could be different than somebody else's, but when I use a rivet, I just barely want just a little bit to stick out of the leather.
Can you do it right there? It's that camera down on the other side of the table.
This one.
Yeah.
I usually just want a little, like a 1/16, maybe an 1/8 inch. Because anything past that, if you're setting it by hand, sometimes they can set crooked. Yeah. And sometimes even if they're flush, the little bit of softness, the little bit of give in the leather, just enough to get your cap to snap. As long as it snaps, then you should be good.
I'm gonna need you to clean this bottle up. All right.
All right. What is that?
Some glue. Little glue baby.
That's not weird at all.
That's still awful good. It looked dry.
The question was, Randy asked, can he put a servo on his industrial singer?
Yes.
Yeah.
We sell them if you'd like to buy one. Don't mess up.
I'll attempt not to. I thought about just starting from the center and gluing as I went, but...
Yeah. Look, I'll be helpful. This would be a pretty good project to lace, actually. So, you know, if you didn't want to hand sew it and you had a couple options, it would look really good as a lace, especially if you didn't want to finish your edges. Or in this particular situation, since we did use an oil tan for the gusset, you know, that finishes differently than veg tan does. So putting lace around it means that you don't have to finish that edge. This is a bit of a finger fight.
Yep.
Did I not trim it up enough? I was conservative with my trimming.
Yep. I think I got it slightly down too far.
Susan says, use your parchment paper. Everybody forgets about Marvin's little trick.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, to help the other side not stick?
Yep. Only stick when you want it to stick. Marvin, if you're watching.
Don't judge us. I wasn't here for that.
Let's see. Dan said, looking along the lines of an old industrial machine from an estate sale or something like that. I mean, the marketplace sometimes will have stuff pop up.
Really, just like when it comes to buying a used machine, just know that there are going to be challenges to come along with it. So if you're not the most mechanically inclined person, it might be a bit frustrating to get an old or a used machine. If you're mechanically inclined and you're used to fixing stuff or you're familiar with sewing machines, maybe it'll be fine. But that's kind of Kevin's rule of thumb that he says, if you don't want to be a sewing machine mechanic, don't buy a used machine. If you're all right with that, then by all means. How's your fluff?
I don't know. It might be in the way there. Somebody didn't.
That is a little fluffy. We might do some more trimming on our fluff.
Wow. You barely have enough room for your fluff in your pouch.
You gotta make sure the gun doesn't go anywhere.
I don't think you're going to get a gun in there unless it's paper thin. Now, what have you done?
Things and such.
Oh. Do you give me to go to a different camera? Like off?
It just needs broke in.
Nice.
There it is.
Electrodyne said, I just got the new emoji. Which is Denny? Denny Byrne.
Boom. There's our little bear. All right, guys. Ooh. There it is. I don't think anybody brought their pew-pews to put in here. Put that in there. Anyways.
Nice.
That was a lot quicker than I was expecting it to be, Andy.
I don't know.
If you used a nylon zipper, it might be easier on the gusset.
Yeah. Alrighty.
Let's see.
That was a fun hour.
Razor Blade says, I own one of those Chinese boot manufacturers. Ugly stitch, finicky to use, bobbin too small. Not gonna throw a block in there to see if it works.
We'll have to call up our good friends at Gaunt Leatherworks and see if they can bring us some guns.
Yeah, bring us another gun. We made that holster for that one.
We did.
That single loop holster.
Alrighty, any more questions?
Just peeking through it. Pretty. It can't be much worse than Denny turning the pulling ball back.
Yeah, that was pretty awful.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. People are talking about Twitch was dropping frames, but I'm not sending any frames, not dropping any frames here. All mine are at 0 drop frames. Nice color scheme.
I think so. I think that's pretty good. Hunter green.
It's definitely green.
That's
I know
definitely green.
Rosa is going to be making some wool shaft for her son from the Kelly green from Monday.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Should make, it depends on how tall your son is. Should be able to make 2 legs out of it. If not, I bet you we got another piece sitting around somewhere.
What was it?
Yeah. That Kelly green, I am assuming.
Is that the one we had a bunch of?
Yeah, that
That
one's
one?
laying on top there. Okay, any other things, Andy?
No.
Who's peeking? Who's peeking?
That's the Clayton.
Oh, Clayton's peeking. You heard his name. He's got to come in.
Are you here to judge?
Here at the soundproof wall.
Yeah.
Yeah, I figured I'd come in and judge.
No one in the shop carries a handgun. Ouch. Dean wants to know who cut your hair.
Who cuts my hair?
Not your hair.
Oh, man.
Anybody's hair. Oh, I guess you can. Who cut your hair, Clayton?
Well, Liz and I go to the same place. It's actually a former...
Adam Havens.
Yeah, a former employee that used to work here. That's
Havens Hair Co.
Husband and wife combo. Haven Hair Company out of Willard. Check them out.
If you're in the area.
Yeah.
She is getting ready to have a baby soon though, so I don't think she's taking on any clients right now.
No.
Better her than him, I suppose.
I imagine Andy cuts his own.
No.
No?
I go to Hair Review in Nixa. It's not even 2 houses behind mine, so.
Floofy.
Walk there.
Toodle on over there.
Nice,
Toodle's
bud.
not in here. Toodle's at his
You can
desk.
lock it up right there.
Yep.
Don't do that.
It,
We
If
just
you
got
want-
it closed.
Oh,
You
no.
gotta close it.
Nice.
We need to trim some hair.
It sits open. Cool, man.
the zipper gusset
Well, I hope it
might
was
need
fun,
to be
guys.
widened to here.
Awesome.
Are you getting back on track for some videos here, Clayton?
I'm getting there. I'm trying to rehab my arm still. I can't really do any crafting yet. Awesome. Well, I don't want to use all the harsh words I have on camera, so
Thanks.
we'll save that for later.
All right. Well, we'll have to figure out something to do for Friday now, Liz.
There you go.
Yeah, I
Because our
know.
scheduled video that Abigail has scheduled for Friday is not going to be part 2.
We got it all done, guys. Look at that.
It's going to be part 1. If you guys want to hang out for the after party, we will be on Twitch.
Peace.
See ya.